Had to get my burps out. All right, you ready? You want me to start this off?
Let's do it, man.
All right. Well, welcome back to the Bus Stop Boys. My name's Aaron.
Hey.
This is your stop for the industry's newest releases and our honest opinion on it. Today we are talking about the new album from Kyle, See You When I'm Famous. Garrett, what you think?
All right, man. So I had never heard of Kyle before. This is
Mm,
my this is my introduction to Kyle. See You When I'm Famous. First thoughts? Kind of like a cleaner cut Tyler the Creator. A
mm.
little less wild. I don't know if that's necessarily the right word, but that was definitely my observation. The album was short. It was only like 32 minutes. I'm a sucker for short albums. I believe that you should always leave the listener wanting more. And I do.
This is far as I believe, this is his second studio album. His first one came out in 2018. It was called Light of Mine. I've been a fan of the guy. I really like him. I think his flow is crazy. I think he does just really well, just lyricism, and he's like fun and energetic, and he's kind of goofy, and I really like it. I really like the album. Far as album cover, what did you think?
I thought it was cool. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, what is it? It's like a senior picture. It's got a senior quote. See You When I'm Famous. Also the album title. I think that's a bold move.
it's kind of a flex. It's kind of a
It's
flex,
definitely a flex. It's
you know.
definitely a flex.
So I thought it was dope. Kind of with the album. So there were a couple key features on there. Do you see any of the features on there?
I did. One of my favorite songs, maybe my favorite song on this album was Yes!
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
Mm-hmm.
And it had Rich the Kid and K Camp. Again, I don't know who those people are,
I know
but
them.
the
Yeah.
tr- the track is fire for sure. There's a lot of killer guitar samples on this album.
Yeah. So this album featured Tyga, Johnny Yukon, Rico Nasty, Rich the Kid and K Camp, Trippy Red, Ian Dior, the drums, Bryson Tiller, and Raphael Sadiq, and Too Short. So the track "The Sun" with Bryson Tiller and Raphael Sadiq, I loved that one. Loved it.
Yeah.
So smooth, so smooth. Like I'm a
What were your
sucker for
thoughts
like
overall on the
R&B.
album?
Overall, I really liked it because I liked this first album as well, and I probably listened to it pretty consistently for about 6 or 7 months. I think I like this one a little bit more. So
Wow.
like my wife likes him. Like I don't know if you remember. Do you remember that song? It was like a year or two ago. I Spy with Little Yachty. I spy with my little eye. Many I can get because she don't get too many likes.
Yeah. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
remember
that
that.
was him. That's Kyle. That's Kyle.
That's Kyle. Got
That's
you. That
Kyle.
was his hit.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you know this. He has a Netflix movie he was in. I actually forget the
It's like
name
he,
of it.
he was acting.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was pretty funny too. It was like it's called the After Party. It was on
The
Netflix. It came
after
out.
party.
Yeah, it came out August 2018. So it's 2 years old, and it's kind of basically about it's kind of a low budget indie movie, but it's a comedy about a guy trying to make it as a rapper, and he just gets into all these shenanigans, and like it just fits right with like kind of that persona he gives you when he's like rapping and things he's talking about. Like this character was like exactly like that. It was really good, so it made me like him more. So I'm a fan. He's got me. I'm a
That's
fan.
that's that's sort of where his similarities were with Tyler the Creator. He's just a little less like shocky, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
Everything is a little more like contained, palatable. Love Tyler the Creator. I mean,
I
but
actually am not a huge
Tyler the
fan of his.
really no. I
No.
mean, I like Tyler the Creator, but sometimes what he says it's a little cringy. He can cross that line, and he's doing it on purpose. So I feel him, you know. But this guy was definitely a little more palatable, a little easier to listen to.
Yeah, and it was like it was really really good music under like pretty good catchy witty lyrics, you know. It just seems like to me like Kyle's just all about just having fun, you know.
Yeah, and
And
we
like
need that.
my number one thing I got to say about this album, and this is what I really love when rap albums do this, is when that first track gets you started and it's like such a good intro. Bouncing was dope. Everything is
Bouncing's
bouncing
tight.
except the checks. I was like, oh, bouncing, bouncing. Like that shit was going in. Like
I
every
know.
if
I
you don't
know.
if you're not listening to this album, you're asleep right now. I'm telling everybody right now. If I'm crazy, whatever, drop a like, a comment, something. Tell me what you think. I think this album is dope. I think this intro was dope. I loved it.
Are we early on the Kyle train? Are
What
we
do you
right
mean
on
by
time?
that?
Are we early? Like,
I've been on it.
clearly
I've
this is
been
only
on
the.
the bandwagon. I've been on it
So you're
though.
way early. You're
Yeah,
way
you
early. But what
sleep.
about me?
You are asleep is what I'm trying to tell you.
Damn.
You are
I'm
asleep.
asleep, guys.
It ain't like
I
I'm
really.
telling you. Maybe I'm overhyping this. Maybe I'm overhyping it. But if you're not fucking with Kyle, see you when I'm famous, you sleep.
Man, I really liked What It Is. That was like a killer, like breakup track.
Yup.
I'm always down for that. It was sort of more ballady, a little more personal. I don't know. I'm sure he's experienced something of the sort. I could tell. It was a good track.
And then you got the track with Trippy Red, Ian Dior, the drums. Forget. Don't you forget about me. Da, da, da. Yeah, I'm telling. This whole album, like, as a matter of fact, today I listened to this album. I've been listening to this album for a week. I listened to it
Yeah.
again today when I was making breakfast. And like you said, it's really short. So that kind of turned me off because I was like vibing through the whole album. And then I'm like, and then it just stops playing. And I'm like, damn, what happened? And then I realized I had already listened to it. So
Already back on bounce.
I kind of wanted a little bit more. And that's like the big negative I would have to have for this.
There's a trend among musicians. We've talked about this sort of thing before, sort of how the musical landscape is different because of streaming platforms, because of Spotify, because of Apple Music. And I've heard the idea that possibly people are making songs and albums shorter now so that way they can get more plays. Like, for instance, I've heard that Old Town Road, it is shorter than your typical pop song. It almost feels like there should be another chorus. It almost feels like there's just something missing. And so you just listen to it again. And that's two
Uh,
plays.
that's
And two
lame.
plays is better than one.
I mean, if that's the case, I guess you could really say that. Like, you could conspiracy this all day, but I just think that's lame, personally.
I think they know what they're doing, man. And just like you
Yeah.
said, before you knew it, you were already listening to the album again. It was
Yeah.
short, so then there you go. You're multiple plays in.
Okay. I guess that's fair, but to me, like, I wish it wasn't so much about tricking the audience into playing this or streaming it and more into giving them a good product and a good art. You know what I mean?
Oh, but it's always been about tricking the audience.
I know, and that's
Always.
all forms of entertainment, I guess. But I don't know. You're making me like sad right now when I'm telling you, Kyle, see you when I'm famous is dope, and you over
It
here bringing
is.
up negative shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not that thing bad, just thing different. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think they're malicious for doing so. It's just the way things are popping off these days. I
Yeah,
like short albums. I do. I do.
I like a really long album, but like it can't just be just filler music. It has to
Too
be
much
like good
filler.
music. But no, there's a couple of good albums out there that are really long, but you can listen to it from start to finish, and at the end you're like, damn, like you never had an album
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, I mean they exist. They exist. The Beatles' White Album, that's like a ton of songs. They're all great, but that's also the Beatles.
Was there any fillers in there in your opinion?
I don't think so, but I'm sure somebody would think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's all opinions when it comes down to it, but Kyle, like, and like the reason I'm so like hype about this and I'm getting so big and jumpy about this is because I feel like nobody's talking about this dude. And like
Yeah.
he's so slick and smooth with it, and he's funny, and like, you know what I'm saying? He kind of reminds me almost of like a Kid Cudi and Tyler the Creator almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's got
A
a little bit of
hybrid.
that ominous kind of vibe to him, you know? But he's goofy
Yeah.
and funny at the same time. Like, yeah, bounce it, man. I love like this is gonna be a crazy comparison, right? And I'm not even trying to compare it fully. But what I'm saying is like if you remember like Lil Wayne, the Carter 3, like 3P, like how that
Hmm.
intro just hit you in the soul and it was such a good intro. Like that's what Bounce It did for me on this album. It is not 3P. It is not 3P. I say again, it is not 3P. But Bounce It was dope. It was a great intro.
Well, all in all, Aaron, it sounds like you're a huge fan.
Huge fan.
What are you gonna give this album rating
9.
wise?
9.
9. Wow.
9.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be listening to this for a long time.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm gonna go 7. I thought it was great. Yeah, especially for me, it's not particularly my go-to genre, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was clever. I thought the music behind it, stellar. Kyle, you got a passive fan right here, my man.
You have an active fan right here. Right
There
here.
you go. You're doing the work for me.
I was with a nigga shooting in the gym. No, I wasn't. I wasn't with you shooting in the gym. But I've been a fan since I realized who you were like 2-3 years ago. But yeah.
Didn't take much.
It didn't take much. But all right, guys. That's the end of the episode. We thank you for viewing this video with us. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications.
That's right.
Our next video. Please give us some more support. We love you guys. Bust That Boys out.
Bye.